All right, we live. Let's go. Yeah. Man, I grew up all over ATL, but Fourth Ward, Auburn Avenue. I was born in Grady Hospital, lived across from Grady Home, attend Grady High School, and they trying to change y'all name. Shame on their ass. What's up? Well, yeah, I'm true Grady, baby. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Ever since. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, brother. Yeah, I think do the listeners can they listen to us on YouTube? Um, I don't know what's going on. Why the listeners can't hear you on YouTube? What's going on? But it's okay. I got you. I got something for you. I don't know if it's a delay or what.
Speakers or something so they can hear.
Yeah. All right.
All
Here we
right.
go. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
All right. Let's
fine.
go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. We met, ladies and gentlemen, at a video shoot. I'm reiterating for YouTube and Facebook because
Okay,
we're on 3 different platforms. But go ahead.
I got you. It's a little delay in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Look, a sister I grew up with. Steph, I see you. But yeah, brother. Let's get right to it. There's a video that I posted right here on my Instagram, and a lot of people seen it. But it was a conversation between Ti and 21 Savage, and what happened is 21 Savage said, we are very overprotective of our daughters. You know what I'm saying? More so than we are protective of our sons. And I could definitely, tend to agree with that 100%. And Ti chimed in and said, spending quality time with your daughters is called thought prevention. Because you don't want them working on the pole, you don't want them to become strippers or. And 21 Savage always said, I don't want my daughter to run into men like me. I mean, he was being real truthful. He said, the way I treated some women, I don't want my daughter to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a real powerful testimony, so to speak, and it spoke volumes. But it was a lot of pushback on Ti calling it thought prevention, spending time with your daughter. I mean, if you take out those words and you say, "Hey, father and daughter time," then it becomes kind of clear. But I think it really was the way that he spoke about it and said it, which set the social media afire. And they going in on Ti. So I got on the phone. I said, "Hey, Grady, baby, uh, crazy Grady." I said, "Yo, I'm a father and you a father. So let's have this conversation." You know what I'm saying? Because I have 3 daughters, and yeah, I'm protective of them. But at the same time, I want them to have their own minds and to speak for themselves and do things for themselves. But at the most part, hey, brother, yeah, we are going to protect our daughters a
Yeah.
little differently than we protect our sons.
Yep. We are. And I'm just speaking on my experience from my past, and I'm not labeling all women. So let me put this disclaimer out. I don't want you guys to say I'm stereotyping or I'm acting like what's this guy name? Kevin Samuels. I was on it way before he even went viral. But nothing negative against him. But I'm not generalizing all ladies, only just on the ones that the ladies I come across. Or heard stories through brother talk. Um, a guy like me from back in the day, I used to have they used to call me Mr. Rotation because I used to have ladies in rotation. I had one for different days of the week.
Hey, tell the
Um,
truth. Shane the devil.
yeah, I mean, the thing of probably being responsible, you got to own up to what you did. I own up. I was a ladies'
That's
man,
it.
but I never dogged any ladies. I always treated and made the ladies feel like they were the only one, even though they knew they wasn't the main one.
Hey, tell and hold on, G.
But
There is going to be an echo because we're going on two platforms. I think everybody on Instagram is hearing an echo, G.
okay, yeah. Facebook, YouTube. Please let me know because I'm gonna disconnect because we didn't have an echo at first, right? So
No.
I'm gonna disconnect from this platform here because we got three platforms going at one time. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to.
So everybody on StreamYard, can y'all please go to my Crazy Grady Radio Instagram page? Please go to Crazy Grady Radio Instagram page. You guys see me live, so y'all come on over here and let's have a
Yeah,
have,
and we'll just repost it.
yeah. And
That'll help.
I'm gonna keep StreamYard going. I'm just gonna disconnect the cable from the mixer. All right.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. Can you still hear me? All right. Can y'all hear me? Okay. You know what? I want to try one more thing just to bring this out because I know I kind of did it wrong. See, when you're an engineer, you can just really do stuff yourself. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but back to what I was saying. You know, I done my dirt. So now I have a 12-year-old daughter, and so she's starting to like boys or whatever like that. Um, so I have to prepare her, teach her how how well she see how I treat her mother. I'm married, y'all. I've been married 13 years, and so kids learn from their parents, the environment the parents set in the house. Like me and my wife, we have comical debates. We don't have no damn near domestic violence type debates. We have comical debates, but and she see how we communicate with each other. A lot of times, me and my wife, we don't agree, but a lot of times we take time out to when we disagree, we kind of like separate for a little bit, then come back later and finish up the discussion. And kids learn that pattern from the parents, and who the parents are around most, the mothers. Who the daughter's gonna learn from the most, mothers. But and then when the mother see the child see the mother how she deals and communicate with the dad, she take that persona on, and I'm trying to get the words right because I want it to be right, and I don't want to be all over the place. And she look at the father, how the father responds to the mother. Let's say like the mother talk to the dad and give him ultimatums all the time. She feels she's gonna grow up and give me an ultimatums. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, and I've been around my friends, and I listen to their friends' mother talk to their daughters. Because my wife don't do that to my daughter. Most mothers say, you should find you a man who got money to take care of you. You should do this and shoot that. And then they look at how the older women's dress, and then they pick up their habits because they say, okay, this is what it takes to get me in. I got to reveal a little skin, and it's not like that. Um, I want to just ask me some questions, G. Ask me some questions because I don't want to be political correct. I want to really get to it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tatiana. Yeah, yeah, Tatiana. Eh, Man, I wish I had a call this one. The conversation we were having earlier, they was really heated. Keep that energy. Yeah. because sisters, man, I love ladies, but sometimes I can't stand women. You know what I mean? Those are two different beings. You know what I mean? Because ladies, they're more elegant, they're more polite. Some of the women, not all women, have more testosterone than men, and they feel that they can like tell a dude what to do, talk to him any kind of way, put their hands on them and stuff like that. Men don't want that. That's why men be leaving for these other women. Y'all wonder why y'all can't keep a man. It's how y'all treat them. You know, and I don't want to digress from that, but you had posted one of you guys had posted a post on Soul Food Sunday about a man. A lady posted a picture of a man, said this is our MCM event, and then the lady said he was looked so nice that she DM'd him, and then months later the dude ended up leaving this girl to go to her. You know, two other things other than sex. A man want to be respected and appreciated. You know what I mean? Along with sex and peace. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, because a lot of times, go home and fight. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. It just, I've been in relationships where I came home. Oh, you keep muting your mic on StreamYard. That's what it is. No, I won't. Try it. Let's try it and see. Because I hadn't turned you off before. Yeah. Hey, Tiasha. Tiasha, can you hear us? I'll unmute you. I got you. There's no feedback. You still muted. Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Booyah. Oh no, you have to do that. You muted on your side. There we go. Okay. Can you hear Yiddy? Can you hear him? That's what I was asking you.
Oh, here we go. 1, 2. There we go. They can hear me now.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we saying? We talking about how women teach girls how to be. Girls really learn how to be awesome from the music industry. You got Cash Doll, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. And then you got some of the mothers that's trying to act young like a teenager, try to be young to fit in. And I had a heated conversation with Shamika, my co-host, on the Grady Taylor show. We was talking about. She was saying that there's some BS that 21 Savage want to change because because he have a daughter now. Oh, it ain't fun because now he had a daughter. I said a man can elevate and grow. But she
Absolutely.
says, BS because she said BS because it's too late for him. And I don't understand.
Let me explain something, G. And that's ignorant, but you got to understand. And I've said this for years. Sometimes we cannot see through a woman's eyes until we have a daughter. And when we are blessed with having a female child, then we're able to see another kind of way. We learn all kinds of humility through that. So, and that's what it's going to take. For some folks, they did a whole bunch of bullshit until they had a child. Then that changed them in a way that nothing else has. To see yourself in another, through your offspring is something else. And those that have children, they got to see that.
Yeah.
So it's not bullshit that he wants to change or he's been inspired to change. Whatever's going to make a man change, allow that change. Because if you come through and shut his change down, then what you want him to do, to revert back to who he was? And then will that be bullshit or not?
Yeah.
So you can't have it both ways.
Right. Because
just doesn't make sense.
Right, because a young male who lives in the house with his mother, and he watches his mother, how he treats that male and how she talks to him. Two things can happen. One,
One,
you're gonna
you're
find
gonna
a
find
woman
a
that's
woman
just
that's
like
just
you. He's
like you.
gonna
You're
date a
gonna date a
woman
woman that
that
act
act
like
like
his
his
mom,
mom,
Mm-hmm.
or
or
he's gonna
he's gonna
grow up
grow up
saying, "Oh,
saying,
not
"Oh,
no
not
woman
no
gonna
woman gonna
treat me
treat
like
me
that."
like this."
Vice
Vice
versa,
versa,
with the
with a
daughter.
daughter.
Find a man
Find a
that
man
treats
that
her
treats her
mom that
mom
way,
that way,
or say,
or
"Oh,
say,
no
"Oh,
man's
no
gonna
man's
treat me
gonna
like
treat me
this."
like this.
So
So
we have to
we
be
have to be
careful with
careful with
example we set
example
for
we
our
set for our
kids.
kids.
And it's
And it's
and like
and
with
like with
fathers, as
fathers,
a
a
father,
father,
even though I
even
was a
though I was
ladies'
a
man
ladies'
back
man back
then,
then,
but
but
since I have
since
a
I have a
daughter, I
daughter, I
kind of like
kind of like
really
really
settled down
settled
a
down a
whole lot.
whole lot.
And
And
as
as
becoming
becoming
a
a
man
man
have
have
to really
to
treat
really
his
treat
wife,
his
his
wife, his
girlfriend, like
girlfriend,
he
like
would
he
treat
would
his
treat
daughter.
his daughter.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what
How
I
to
mean? How
talk
to
to her
talk
like
to her
that,
like
don't
that,
yell
don't
at
yell
us.
at us.
But it has
But
to
it
be the
has to
right
be the
woman
right
because
woman
you have
because
to
you have
have
to
that.
have that.
You guys
You
have to
guys
have
have to
that
have that
even
even
energy.
energy.
You
You
know,
know,
her
her
energy can't
energy
be way
can't
up
be way
here
up
and you
here and
down
you
here.
down here.
Right.
You guys have
Be
to be
at the
at the
same
same
plateau.
plateau.
So
So
like I said,
like I say,
everybody's not for
everybody's not ready for
everybody. You
everybody.
know,
You know,
sometimes people
sometimes
have
people have
kids and some
kids and some
relationships don't
relationships
work.
don't work.
But like,
But like,
and the good
and
thing
the good
about
thing about
my
my
marriage and my
marriage and
son,
my son, my
and believe it or
and believe
not,
it or
my
not, my
son's
son's
mother,
mother
they have an
have an
outside
outside
child,
child,
my older
older
child, but
child, but
they get
they
along
get
like
along like
sisters.
sisters.
My wife
My
and
wife
my
and my
son's mother,
son's mother,
and
and
that's
that's
rare.
rare.
You know,
Yeah.
So
um, it's all
it's
about
all about
what the
what
man
the
don't
man don't
tolerate. I'm not
tolerate.
gonna
I'm not going
tolerate
to
no
tolerate
two
no
fussing back
fuss
and
back
forth.
and
Never
forth.
had
Never
that
had that
issue or
issue
anything.
or
Well,
anything.
in
Well,
the
in the
beginning, it was
beginning,
kind
it
of
was kind of
difficult in the
difficult in the
beginning,
beginning.
but
But
as time
as
went
time
on, I
went
said,
on,
look,
I said,
when
look,
my
this is
child
my
comes to
child.
see
When it
my
comes to my
child,
child,
she
she
treats
treats
she treats my
my
son
son
it's
it's
like he's
like he's
hers.
hers.
So
So
and
And
then
that's how it
and
should
she
be.
saw how
yeah, you
yeah.
know,
I
You
mean,
know,
it has
it's
nothing to
nothing
do
to
with
do
the
with
children. Whatever happened had nothing to do with the children. Like, my children's mothers, they pretty much kind of get along for the children. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. I mean, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And like I said, I have 3 daughters, so of course I want the best for them. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm known to spend time with my children and my daughters. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe he called it Thot Prevention, and I think that was being comical. He said him and Duval. That's what him and Duval think. I mean, little
Roland.
little Duval. I mean, that's comedy. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying when they get together. So that's comedy. You can't take that shit to heart.
Yeah.
And that's modern day lingo. We didn't hear about that in the '90s and
Yeah.
that golden era of hip hop. But if it was put out there, it would have been legendary to this day. But I'm saying,
Sisters get mad because a brother said the thought word. Just thought random. But y'all, but when y'all refer to men as dogs, or y'all call us the V word sometimes, and the B word, N word, and stuff like that, we don't really get offended by that. But you guys can call each other that. Oh, look at that over there. Look at that. You know, but hey, I don't know. Stop taking stuff personal. That's all I'm saying. Stop taking it to heart. People gonna say what they want to say. As long as they don't put their hands on it. That's old school right there.
right. Say what the fuck you want as long as you don't put your hands on them.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Just a conversation. Yeah, just a conversation. Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that females, women are not the only thots. There are men that are thots. I've heard women call a man thot plenty of times. A hoe is not gender specific. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, sister, Sister Nakenya, she's notorious for calling her brother a thot. If that's what she feels he is, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just conversation.
It's just
conversation.
But my wife is in the room with me.
Social media is in an uproar, Grady.
Social media uproar. I always have a discussion with my wife. Whenever a man says something about women, don't take it personally. We're not talking about all women. We're just talking about the ones that we ran across. That's all. You know. When my wife, she'll tell you we have some heated conversations. Why you say all women? I didn't say all women. What I said, all women what? They trap queens. I call them trap queens. They be baiting men with them ski masks and hell, that makeup mask they be hiding behind and getting that. Hold on. Yeah, let me take these glasses off. Yeah. And my wife was talking to me on live yesterday. Thank you, baby.
What they say, happy wife, happy life, G.
I don't believe in that though.
You don't believe in that?
I don't believe in happy wife, happy life.
So if your wife is miserable, you still gonna be happy anyway. That's what you're
saying. No.
Exactly.
Happy house, happy spouse. Now,
all right. I could dig that.
the only thing I try to work on with her is the temperature of the house. That's about one of the things we disagree on. That and the spinach and money. My wife, she loves Dorian Burke purses. She'll buy purses but don't go no damn where. She just a collecting person. She got more purses than they have in the store. But
Yo, man, that is so funny. That's so funny about you talking about, temperature be cold in your house. She didn't want to put the heat on, whatever. But I remember my ex-wife, we've been divorced over what, 12, 15 years, whatever it was, something like that. But I remember she used to open the window, be cold as fuck, then she jump up under the covers. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell's going on?
She had a bedroom window open and stuff, and then get up under two blankets. I like, and then she have a fan on her. You know what I'm saying? So when I just get on the sofa, man. That's why grandma. I learned this from my granddad. My granddad would go sleep in the basement because he had like a whole living quarters in the basement. Him and grandma, they was married before he passed, I think, over 50 years. And my grandma, she did her thing. She ran the streets, whatever like that. Granddad took care of home, worked 2 or 3 jobs and stuff. Grandma never worked. They got married at 16. Grandma never touched a job. But granddad, men today is not like granddad.
Yeah,
and then society got where we can't really work a lot of different jobs. We can. But it's hard to get that right pay, like what granddad was making, equivalent to time then.
Absolutely.
So now the sisters are making more money than men. And I hear some women say, I know we got away from the top a little bit. They can't respect the man, they'll make more money than them. But everything in society is geared toward you ladies. But ladies, let these fellas be in these kids' daughters right. Not that they're pedophile now, don't do that. But just, give these ads, because that'll settle the man down if he spend time with his daughter or his son. That gives a whole meaning in life. Because before I started having children, I was violent. I would fight people at a drop. I would fight the police. I was just doing all kinds of just random stuff. I had my oldest son, Myron. That slowed me down a little bit. All the street negativity stuff. And then, but I started picking up with women and whatnot. And then when I had my daughter, that came to a screeching halt. It's just something about that little girl, man. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to, see me make her mom cry. And that's one thing when I got married. I kind of, hurt my wife a little bit because I was still in that transitional phase of rotation, whatever like that. But when I saw how it affected her, all right, now it's time to stop. You know what I'm saying? If a man care about you, he gonna stop. You know what I mean? She didn't beat me up. She forgave me for it. And then she said, I'm never bring it up. And she never brought it up. And we've been rolling ever since. And ladies, you don't have to really beat a man down, because once we learn our lesson and you get quiet on us, that messes us up. Now if you all boisterous and stuff, we're gonna block you out and continue doing what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we care for you and we see how it hurts you, we'll never do that again. It's just like if you break up with somebody, you just leave a man just without calling, just disappear. And he'll blow your phone up, trying to holler back and say, what's going on? Oh, yeah, my call. And then when you tell him, you don't answer your call because I'm sick of these girls calling you, I'm sick of this. And then you know what? I'm not gonna let this mess you up. Like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said he was in a hotel room talking to a girl on the phone, and Martin Harvey packed her bags up and left before they got married. And he found asked her, what's wrong, why you leaving? Take that phone. Steve Harvey said he broke the phone in half and threw the phone. That wasn't going to be an issue. We'll stop doing what we're doing to keep you.
Right, absolutely. And it's all about communication.
Yeah, it is.
Because if she would have told him that, she did it by example and by action, by packing her bags. And he was like, he felt that she was serious. And sometimes that's what some brothers need to see. You know what I'm saying? They say you never miss the water till the well went dry. Mm-hmm. So sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes your ass got to leave for it to come together.
See if your people got a question. This screen is too small for me.
Yeah, people chiming in and saying hello, but
y'all have any questions y'all want to ask us?
As men with daughters, and you know what I'm saying, and
Because I take
And
my daughters on dates. I take her
I
out
take
to
her out
eat
to
and
eat
stuff
and
like
stuff
that.
like that.
yeah,
Talk
I
with her.
talk with.
You know, I
You know,
have
I
a
have a
real.
real.
I don't
I
have
don't
children
have children
conversations
conversation
with
with
my
my
kids,
kids,
with my daughter.
my daughter.
yeah.
Feel
That's
free to
that.
answer the question.
You don't have adult conversations with your child. You mean?
No, I
No,
mean,
I mean,
I
I
have
have
I have
I
adult
have adult
conversation. I
conversation.
talk
I
to her like
talk to
she's
her
an
like she's
adult,
an adult,
but
but
Right.
I don't
I
put her in
don't put her
grown
in
folks'
grown folks'
business.
business.
You know,
Right.
You know,
There's a
I
difference.
give
I
her
give her
situations,
situations,
livable
livable
situation
situation
things
things
that she
that
can
she
take
can
with
take with
her.
her. Some
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 advice,
advice.
especially like with
Especially like
shopping.
with
My
shopping.
daughter
My
know how
daughter
to
know how
budget
to budget
shop.
shop.
Um,
Um,
just different
just
things.
different
And
things.
we haven't
We
got to
haven't
the
got
point
to the
where
point
she's
where
like
she
really
really
totally
totally
like
like
boys, but
boys,
this is
but
one
this is
boy in
one
the
part
school
of the
that
school
likes
that
her,
likes her,
and she already
and she
mentioned,
already
Dad,
mentioned,
what you
"Dad,
gonna
what
do
you
to that?
gonna do to that?"
And I always
And I
just
always
tease
just
with her
tease
like
with her
that,
like that.
as far as with the boy
With the boy
thing.
thing.
But
But
she just
she's
all
just
about
all
her
about
books
her
and stuff.
books and stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
um, my main
My main
concern
concern
is
is
teaching her
teaching
self
her self
defense.
defense.
When is it
When
too
is it too
early?
early?
Because you want your
Because you
girls
want
to be
your girls to be
protected.
protected.
You
You
really
really
can't
can't
be
be
there
there
all
all
the
the
time
Right.
for.
time for.
You
But
can't.
But
definitely, I
definitely, I
want
want
to
to, you know,
prepare my
prepare my
daughter
daughter
from these
from these,
these
these
thugs and
thugs and
gangsters and stuff
gangsters and
like that.
stuff
Because
like that.
some of
Because
these
some of these
boys, like
boys,
I was
like
telling
I
her
was telling
today,
her today,
a lot of these
a lot of
guys
these
don't
guys
mean no
don't mean
harm.
no harm.
Mean no good.
Good.
Everybody
Everybody
look good
look
to you.
good
It
to
ain't
you. It
good
ain't good
for you.
for you.
So
Absolutely.
um, my
Um,
daughter,
my daughter,
she loved this
she's
show
watched, she loved
called
this
90
show
Day
called 90 Day
Fiance.
Fiance.
How
You
they
know how
get
they
engaged
get
when they
engaged
people
and
outside
keep
the
outside
country.
the
So
country. So
it's pretty
it's
much
pretty much
entertaining. Well,
entertaining. Well, kind of
still
still
kind
kind
of
of
concerned
concerned
because
because
she
she
like
like
watching that
watching
stuff.
that
But I
stuff.
hope
But I
she's
hope
watching
she's
it
watching
for
it for
to to get an
to get an
understanding.
understanding. And
I
I
come in
I
every
come in
now and
every
then.
now
And
and
she
then.
said,
She
Dad,
said,
what you
"Dad,
think
what you
about
think
this?
about
And I
this?"
just
And
give
I
her my
just give her my
opinion.
opinion.
A lot of
A
times
lot of
people
times
want to
people
marry
want
you
to
and
marry
say to
you
be a
so to be a
citizen.
citizen.
You know,
You know,
or
or
they want
they
to
want to
find
you
out if they
find out if
really
they
like
really
you.
like you.
They
They
And
and I was telling my wife what I was telling my wife
when we was
when we was
dating.
dating. She said,
I asked her.
I
I
asked her,
said,
I
what's
said,
your
so what's
type?
your type?
And she
And
told
she
me
told me
tall,
tall,
dark
dark
skin,
skin,
bald head,
bald
and
head,
stuff
and
like
stuff
that.
like
I
that.
said, how's
I
that
said, how's
working
that
out?
working out?
Because I'm
Because
lighter
I'm
than the
lighter than
average
the
guys
average guys
that
that she,
normally
normally
used to date. And
used to date. And
normally,
normally,
my wife is
my wife
dark
is
skinned.
dark
I
skinned.
normally
I normally
dated
dated
light
light
skinned,
skin,
light, bright, damn
bright,
near
damn
white.
near
You know
white.
what I
You
mean?
know what I mean?
And a lot of
And a
times
lot of
it's
times
best to
it's
go
best to go
try something
try something
different.
different.
Because
Because
we as
we as
people
people
forming
forming
Saturday,
Saturday,
we
we
choosing the
choosing
same
the
thing
same
and
thing and
expecting different
expecting different
results.
results.
So we have to
So we have
change
to
up.
change up.
You got some
Absolutely.
questions,
Some questions,
Harold?
Harold.
And yo, it's so funny. It's so funny, G, that you said that. Because I talk to my daughters and I really speak to them and say, hey, if you're serious with someone and you think, thinking about, I have an older daughter and I got a daughter that's 17 and 13. So, and I tell them if they're serious, then I want to meet this fella. But if you're not serious and it's not, then I don't want to meet them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And,
I
Oh,
want
no,
to
I
meet
want to meet
everybody she look
everybody
at.
she
My
look at.
daughter
My
look
daughter
good.
look good. I don't care.
but
I,
but let me tell you, I feel like, as parents, me and her mother has raised her right. So I just trust her judgment. So, what I'm saying, when it's time, she'll say what she have to say. It's possible.
well,
And the same thing goes. Like I'm
right.
single, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if it's someone that I'm really interested in, I might, I'll introduce them to my children. But until then, I'm not introducing
Let's,
anyone to my children. You know what I'm saying? Let me say this
Yeah.
because it was a situation. I'm sure the sister don't. And I'm just gonna be personal. But there was a time where I was talking to a sister. Everything was cool, and she invited me over to her place one night. And I went there, and I'm a man, so I'm thinking, hey, it is what it is. Whatever's gonna be. If it go down, it go down, whatever. And I got there, and we was chilling in her living room and watching television, chilling. And her daughter came in to the room, and she introduced me to her daughter. I had never been to this woman's house. This is the first time me meeting her in person. We talked online, we talked over the phone, but I have never met her in person. And the first time I saw her at her home, she introduced me to her daughter. After that, I we we never really spoke again because I was so turned off to that we kind of never
oh,
spoke
Oh,
again.
wow.
I'm
dang.
saying, but
Yeah.
because it was like because I would never introduce my children to someone I just met like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That have to have some kind of time, spend some time with them because you know my children are sacred. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the thing about it is, I think she was a teacher in the DeKalb Medical. I'm not DeKalb Medical, the DeKalb County
Kind of school system.
school system,
Uh-huh.
and I think she kind of knew my daughter, or she may have known her by name or whatever. But just out of I just never spoke to her again. I mean, I see her online and may say hey, but that was just way too soon. Like, there's no way. I mean, adults have adults interaction, adult conversation, but it was way too soon for me to meet her child. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that just turned me off. I'm straight left. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
but I was polite. I was cool as fuck. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's nice to meet you. But this was the first time. And
So
not only
That's like a
that,
deal breaker.
for you.
she don't know if I was a killer. I could kill everybody in the goddamn house. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
now,
now,
what you
what you
saying
saying
that right
that
there?
right
I'm
there,
gonna
I'm
go
gonna
back
go
to
back
what you
to what
said
you said
before.
before.
hmm
You
You
said
said
your
your
daughter
daughter
can
can
date
date somebody,
and you
and
don't want
you
to
don't
meet
want to
them
meet
until
them
she's
until she's
serious about
serious
it.
about it.
Right.
I
I
said
said
I
I
want
want
to
to
meet
meet
every
every
guy that
guy
my
that
daughter
my
I
is
feel
daughter
you.
is
interested in
interested in,
because the
because
fact
the
because
fact, because
I can
I
read
can
people
read
and I
people
can
and I
tell
can
her
tell
how
her
I
how to,
can
I
teach
can
her how to
teach her
read
how to
people
meet people,
because
because
your
your
daughter
daughter
reacts to your
reacts to your
reaction.
reaction.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean?
So
So,
because
because
she
she
wants
wants, the reason why
allow her to
allow her
bring
to
them
bring
to
them
you
to you,
because
because you
you're the
you're the
standard.
standard.
You
You
Right.
understand?
understand?
Um,
Um,
you get
you get
approval
approval
like
like
dad
my
like
dad
you,
like
you
you
cool.
cool.
You some
Some
girls,
girls,
if they're
if they're
close, if
close,
they
if
have
they
that
have that
respect for their
respect for their
father,
father,
if
Right.
they have
if
that
they
See,
have
respect
that
for their
let
father.
me
respect for their
let me
father.
say this. As long as they respect and honor my daughter, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I may not like them, so to speak, but if they, as long as they respect and honor my daughter as a person and they love her, then it's all good for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember. Let me just say that my daughter used to love this group called One Direction. Boy, she used to. When I tell you love the group, she had posters on the wall, everything. So I was just like, she gonna get with a white boy. The whole group white. So I was like, she gonna get with a white boy. And if she did, honestly, somebody might revoke my black card, but I wouldn't have cared as long as the love was real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Straight up
But
and down.
how
How
can
can
okay?
okay?
Like
Like,
I know
I know you said,
and it was
and
like
it
a
was like a
broad
broad
statement when you
statement
said,
when
as
you
long as
said,
you
as long
treat
as
my
you treat
daughter
my
with
daughter
love
with
and
love and
respect, this and
respect,
that.
this and
Right.
that.
Okay,
Okay,
to your
to your
child, what is
child,
love
what
and
is love and
respect?
respect?
Okay, does
Okay,
he
does he
speak
speak
kind
kind
words to
words
you?
to you?
Do he
Does
yell
he
at you?
yell at you?
You don't want a
You don't
man to
want a man
yell
to
at you,
yell at
curse
you,
at
curse
you,
at you,
or
or
belittle you,
belittle
make
you,
you
make
feel
you
like
feel like
you're not
you're not
relevant
relevant
or it.
or it.
Those
hmm
things
Those things
I go
I go
in
in
detail with my
detail with
daughter.
my daughter.
I don't
I
just say,
don't
hey,
just say,
make
hey,
sure you
make
treat
sure
you
you treat you
respect. Okay,
respect.
what is
Okay, what is
respect?
respect?
So you have
So
to
you
break
have
it
to break
down.
it down.
He
You
open the door
open
for
the door
you.
for you.
He asks you if
He
you're
asks you if
okay.
you're okay.
He take,
You
he
know,
tends to
he
your
tends
needs
to your
just
needs
how
just
I
how
treat
I
you.
treat you.
If a
Right,
man
If a
right,
man
treat you
can't
right.
treat
like
you like
how I
how
treat
I
you,
treat you,
then
then
you don't need
you
to
don't
be
need to
with
be
him.
with him.
You know,
You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah, but
guys
you
see,
can have
guys
that's
can have
disagreements, but
disagreement, but
nobody
nobody
argue, put their
argue with
hands
their
on each
hands
other.
on each other.
You know,
right, 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 right. But I think that we, as fathers, we lead by example. Like, she's never heard
Mhm.
me, cuss at her mother, curse out her mother, say anything bad about her mother. You know what I'm saying? And neither one of my children, they never heard me speak bad or say anything about their mothers. Even when I didn't like them, I would never speak bad or say anything bad because that's adult conversation. That's a adult material that they don't need to hear. As a
mm-hmm.
matter of fact, my daughter came to me and said, I don't, and I think I said it in my laugh line. I said, my daughter came to me and she said, I'm glad that she went to her mother. I'm sorry. She went to her mother and said, I'm glad that whatever happened between you and my dad stayed between you and my dad because I didn't want to have to look at my dad in any kind of way, any negative kind of light. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm,
respected that.
mm,
So I mean, because she sees some other things happen where I'm not gonna get too deep into anything, but she's just like, I'm glad because that was adult conversation that I should not have been privy to at a young age. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's the daughter that I helped to raise. So when I say
Yeah.
that, I can appreciate her perspective or who she brings home finally whenever that time is. And I'm gonna give her the time to do that whenever she feels it's right. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
I know if she brings them to me, then they got to be all right. Because
yeah,
we raised her right, man.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My voice got all soft.
Yeah, man.
Talking
Hey,
about
man,
daughters.
you
That
ain't
to
talking
do.
to that. You ain't talking to the sisters now. You talking to the
Talking
father
about
now.
daughters.
Yeah.
Talking about your
But
daughters.
yes, a daughter will see a daughter will soften a man's heart. I don't care how
Absolutely.
hardcore you, a
A
daughter will
daughter will
soften a
soften
man's
a man's
heart.
heart.
Um,
Um,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's the
and that's
thing.
the thing. Like
This new
this new
generation,
generation,
it's been
it's
going
been
on
going on
since
since
since the
since the
'70s.
'70s.
A lot
A
of
lot of
kids
kids
grew up
grew up
around their
around their
mom. Your
mom. Your
daddy
daddy
ain't,
ain't,
you know,
you know,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
real talk.
they go
then
visit
go
their
visit
dad.
their dad.
Man, your
Man,
mama
your
ain't,
mama ain't,
she's an
she's an
H, she
H,
this and
she
that.
this and that.
And then
And
now
then now
the
the
music is
music
not
is not
helping.
helping.
It's
It's
programming us
programming
Oh
to
yeah,
hate
to hate
each other,
each other. You
but
know, but
people need
people
more
need more
love,
love,
more
more
laughter,
laughter,
more
absolutely.
and more
love.
love.
That's what
That's
this,
what this,
you know,
you know,
my
my
platform is
platform
about.
is about.
Man,
Man,
I'm happy
I'm
to be
happy
on
to
here,
be
and I
on here. And
love
I
the
love
show.
the
I
show.
love
I
what you're
love what
doing,
you're
how you
doing. How
bringing
you
the
bringing the
sisters
sisters
on,
on,
having the
having
sisters
the
on, you
sisters
talk
on. You
about
talk about
different
different
things.
things.
Ladies,
But
don't
ladies,
take
don't take
everything
everything
personal.
personal.
A lot
You
of
know, a lot of
times,
times,
it takes
it
a
takes a
man
man
time to
time to
change.
change.
A lot of
A lot of
times,
times,
Absolutely.
and I
and
told
I
one of
told
my
one of my
friends,
friends,
a
a
man
man
really
really
don't
don't
really,
really,
a
a
man
man
really
really
settle
settle
down
down
around
around
38,
38,
39,
39,
unless
unless
he has
he
a
has a
traumatic
traumatic
something
something
that kind
that
of
kind of
scarred him
scarred him,
that'll
that'll
slow him
slow
down.
him down.
Or he gets
Or he gets
shot at
shot
somebody
at
or pulled a
somebody
gun
who
or
pulled a gun
whatever like
or
that.
whatever like that.
It got to
You
be
know, it
something
got to be
tragic
something
to happen
tragic to
for him to
happen
settle
for him to
down
settle down
anytime
anytime
before
before
39.
39.
Yeah,
But
But a man is ready to settle.
yeah,
go ahead.
or I mean, he can truly meet his soulmate, twin flame, where
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, where they click. You know, he'll think it and she'll say it, or she'll think it and he'll say it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For real. And that's just
Yep.
and as men, we have to have that. Oh, I'm sorry. As men, we have to have that bonding with our daughters, and I cherish that
Yeah.
the same way I cherish the bonding with my sons. It's 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 the same love in a different format, so to speak, because the way that you speak to your son is it's a little different the way you talk to your daughters. And
Mm-hmm.
21 Savage kind of spoke on that. He said, hey, I'm overprotective of my daughter more so than I am with my sons. He said because he knew how he was in them streets with women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I've never been in them streets hard like that. You know what I'm saying? I did my little stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I never
Yeah.
was out there in them streets like that. I mean,
And- and-
that's growth and development. You got to go through some things.
yeah.
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 So
So
even like
even
with my
like with my
daughter,
daughter,
when I'm
when I'm
out and
out
about
and
with my
about with my
daughter,
daughter,
and
and
I
you
might
know, I
see
might see
somebody,
somebody,
how you
you know, how
give
you
a
give a
dap and a
gap and a
hug and stuff
hug and
like
stuff
that.
like that.
I don't
I
let
don't let
my
my
daughter. Now
daughter.
you
Now
can't
you
hug my
can't hug my
daughter.
daughter.
Nobody,
Nobody,
everybody give me a
everybody give me
hug,
a hug,
baby. Give
baby.
me.
Give me.
No, I don't
I'll
hug
let my
everybody.
daughter hug everybody.
You know,
You know,
and that's
and
the
that's the
protective
protective
side. And
side. And
I
I
think
think
he's
what he's
referring to.
referring to,
You don't
you
put in
don't put in
harm's way,
harm's
like
way,
you're
like
gonna
you're
go
gonna go
somewhere. It's
somewhere.
gonna
It's
be
gonna
a
be
bunch of
a bunch of
men, or
men,
it
or
could
it
be
could be
something.
something,
Something bad.
something bad.
No,
No,
you
you
protect them.
protect them.
And I
You know, and
think
I think
all
all
men should
men should
protect their
protect their
wives
wives
like they
like they
protect
protect
their
their
daughters. Because
daughters. Because the
girl,
girl,
ladies,
ladies,
wives
wives
is
is
nothing but
nothing
big
but big
girls.
girls.
That's all they
That's
are.
all they are.
Yeah,
Big
Big
girls.
girls.
that's when they're in love with you because they so safe within your presence that they resort back to a child, a young child.
Sure.
and
Sure.
and and that's beautiful. I mean, I love to play, wrestle, and talk shit and
Yeah.
laugh with that with the rest of them.
This
You know what I'm saying?
my
My
wife,
wife,
she's a
she's a
military chick.
military chick.
So
So
she's
she's
military.
military.
Um, military
Military
background. So
background.
she
So she
worked
worked
around men.
around
So
men. So
she know how to
she know how to
communicate
communicate
with me. So
with me.
that's
So
thing,
that thing,
even though
even though
she can get
she can get
headstrong
headstrong
sometimes,
sometimes,
but
but
we
we
talk,
talk,
and she
she
allowed me to
allowed
be
me
the
to be the
man,
man.
except when it
Except
comes
when
to
it comes
buying
to
them
buying
damn
them damn
purses, I tell
purses,
her
I
stop
tell her
buying
stop buying
purses and
purses
stuff.
and stuff.
But
But
like as far as mental
Hey,
charge,
you gotta let her do what she do, brother.
yeah,
yeah,
I let her do. She never
she never
did
did
take the car
take the
to the
car to
shop
the
for
shop for
maintenance. I
maintenance.
did
I
took care
did
of all
take
the
care of all the
maintenance,
maintenance,
all the
all the
repairs around
repairs
the
around the
house.
house.
Every
Every
now and then
now
she
and then
put
she put
gas in the
gas in
car.
the car.
But
But
only like
only
if
like
she's
if she's
driving out of
driving out
town
of town
somewhere,
somewhere,
that's the
that's
only
the
time
only
she
time
put
she
gas
put
in the
gas
car.
in the
Other than
car.
that,
Other night,
like the
like
night
the
before
night
I know
before
she
I
was
knew she was
leaving, I
leaving, I
gassed up the
gassed up
car,
the
make
car,
sure the
make
air
sure the air
pressure was
pressure was
tight.
tight.
You know,
You know,
that's just like
that's
you
just
do.
like you
Like
do. Like
if I knew my
if I knew
daughter,
my
if
daughter,
you knew
if
your
you knew
daughter
your
was
daughter was
driving off to
driving off to
college,
college.
Right.
well, my
Well,
wife
my
left her
wife left her
phone in
phone
here.
in
She know
here.
I'm
She
doing
know
the
I'm doing
show.
the show.
Can you
Can you
hold on?
hold
but hey, but let me say this though. And this may be a controversial opinion, but I don't even care if it is because I am all for women being
Sorry about that,
who's.
Yitty.
It's all good, brother.
I know it's all
It's all good, brother. Hey, I was about to share that, and this may be a controversial opinion, but once I raise my child, you know what I'm saying, in the right way, show her, those morals morals and righteousness and certain things, you know, how you work hard or whatever. I do that by example. They see me work hard. They see me run out here, driving trucks or what have you, and working even from home or whatever it is. They see how hard I work. They see what I've done as a father, and I've led by example. But what I'm getting to is that after I have raised them and taught them whatever I feel like I need to teach them, and they still want to go out there and become strippers and dance or whatever, that's on them. That is their choice. I teach them to have their own minds. You know what I'm saying? People call it thought prevention. Yeah, I don't want, her to be quoted or known as that hoe over there. Of course I don't. But everybody has to learn the way that they learn. You can't protect them. You can raise them as adults, and then from there, it's up to them. You know what I'm saying? If she has to have some experiences to become who she is, just like we had some experiences to become who we are, then so be it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about women being free to do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about free spirits and that energy and vibes, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
you have some girls. I used to work security. I was a bouncer and a DJ in a strip club.
Now you done did every damn thing, Grady.
Yeah. Like I said, I grew up in Atlanta. I grew up in strip club. In high school, I started off my friend. Well, matter of fact, eighth grade. My best friend dad was the owner of Blue Flame. Rest in peace, he died last year. Rest in peace, Keith. The owner of Blue Flame. And
where's the Blue Flame? That's the one in the West End?
No, Blue Flame right now for 25.
Oh, okay. Bankhead with Bankhead. All right, go ahead.
So we go there after school. They put us in a little VIP section, but we were doing our homework. I grew up watching strippers. Got bigger, started looking at lifting weights. Then I started Montrez was the club because it used to be Magic City, Montrez, and Blue Flame. Montrez was like the number 2 club, and I was working there. My buddy was the manager there. He got me a job just cleaning up because I needed a little money. I probably like in 9th grade, 10th grade, needed money cleaning up and whatnot. And started getting food for the dancers and stuff. And that was like, oh my goodness. I would leave that every night as a kid with maybe $200 cash.
What?
Every night from just running for the dancers. And at the end of the night shift. And then like when I wasn't doing nothing, I was playing spades for money, or tunk for money. So I got a chance to see it all as a young man. But to get back to the young ladies at those strip clubs, some of them probably maybe say 30% was raised in a 2-parent home. And most of them was dancing to pay for college. They didn't have money for books and food and stuff like that. They had tuition, whatever like that, but some of the tuition was covered everything that they need. So I got a chance to listen to the girls talk and stuff like that. To me, I love the strip club. I don't go and tip. If I do tip a girl, I tip her just to sit and talk with me. I don't like the girls dance over me.
It ain't nothing wrong with that. It's crazy because I had a conversation earlier today with a female, a woman, and the conversation, and she said, there's this woman that's out here in Atlanta making over $150,000 a year stripping. And hey, I gotta respect that. Yeah, I don't care if I don't want my daughter doing that, but I gotta respect that, even if that's what she chose later in life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as fathers, we want to protect our children, but at the end of the day, it is ultimately up to them. You know what I'm saying?
One of the rules of working in a strip club. Never leave with the guys from the club. Never meet up with them. They're just I can't say clients. I forgot the word they use, but you never date them or see them after the club. You only meet them in the club. And those ones, and especially in Texas, you can lose your job. You would have to, if you want to date somebody that you met at the strip club, you had to resign. You had to step down. They didn't tolerate that. And I know part of other thing I got paid for extra was escort the girls home, make sure the girls got home safe. Make sure the guys didn't follow them and whatnot. It's a profession. That's one of the next to prostitution. Strip club is the most lucrative business in the country. You know?
Yeah. And I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater. I've never been big on strip clubs.
So
That's not a thought. I don't call dancing at a club a thought.
Yeah,
I see it as they are, you know,
it's a job.
it's a job.
You know,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
job, but
I mean,
something.
it's an atmosphere where you can become a thought, but you don't have to be a thought to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
let's break down. Now,
What's your definition of a thought?
Well, hold on. First, but let me say this first: is that I have a different definition altogether. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a negative connotation to the word thought, that hoe over there. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, basically you don't have no feelings or anything. But see, in my studies, even spiritually, there's something that's called a sacred whore. You know what I'm saying? And
That's a whole nother.
I'm saying, but see, that's what I'm saying. But there's such thing as a sacred whore. Now you got to understand that. Let me say this. You got to understand that when a woman engages in intimacy with a male, that's sacred. You know what I'm saying? And she is so many things that she can get out of that exchange, depending on who she lays with. Because yeah, but let me tell you this too, because I almost went live with some sisters from LA, and that was the conversation. The conversation was, and I was saying that, yeah, as men, we exchange the energy too. There's no way that we can lay with a woman over and over and over consistently and not, yeah, I'm not talking about one or two times, cool, whatever. And that's the reason why a lot of men probably just have, you know, random chicks they mess with, because they feel, you know, because they are soul ties. I don't care if you're a male or female. If you continue to be intimate with a woman over and over consistently, absolutely.
That's factual.
Yeah. But you know that.
But you gotta look at it too. A lot of these guys do smash on the first date, and then wonder why they don't come back, because there's no time there. All he's doing is releasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
If a guy pursues a girl, then he finally get her in bed.
That's
time because now
with both of them, it's something to build on. But if a guy, unless he's been having a crush on you for months and years, and he smashed you on the first time y'all going out, that's something different. But you meet a guy at the club, y'all go to the hotel room, the chance is slim to none. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I got a story. Because you know, I won't say no names. But in high school, you still with me? Oh, okay. So in high school, yeah, it's all good. So in high school, I had talked to the sister. We had flirted in school, and we, you know, called on the phone and we chatted everything, whatever. But the first time she came to my home, we had sex. And I remember the words to this day. Like, you know, this is not, she says, this is not something I normally do. You know what I'm saying? But it just happened. You know what I'm saying? But it was all about the energy and the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We slept together the first night that she came to my spot. We ended up being together for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've heard the conversation of.
Now repeat again, how long you known before you slept with her?
Well, I've seen her off and on. This was high school, brother. So I'm saying I knew her off. I didn't know her. But listen, I didn't know her. I just knew of her. I didn't know her. Like, I knew of her. Like, we didn't have any serious interaction in school like that. I knew of her and she knew of me. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up being together for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And that was a great relationship in my evolution of being a man. It was a lot that happened within that relationship. You know what I'm saying? That was sacred, and I learned a lot through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was beautiful for what it was. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is that I've heard the question asked, like, if is it okay to have sex on the first date and this, that, and the other? Hey, it depends. It depends on the individuals involved. You know what I'm saying? It could develop into a whole full-blown relationship, or it can just be just that what it was. And I was using that as an example to say that, it could be something that happens one time or the first time, and something else, comes of it. I mean, I wouldn't suggest you, you do that with every damn body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's another thing too. It's not to degrade women or belittle women and anything like that. But women, they make the decision to stick with bad guys or keep choosing bad guys over and over again.
Yeah.
Let's say like I got 4 guys and you tally up the years. Let's say like the total years, you better spend 20 years in bad relationships.
Yeah.
Now you went through all this stuff. Now you swear that you didn't like, or you wouldn't date. Now you know what? Find a good man, settle down. Damn, your knowledge, young man. You got 20,000 miles on you now.
Oh, there you go, G. There you go. I say, hey, I got to be the devil's advocate. What about brothers that be having miles on them, brother?
See, that's different.
Why is it different? It's not different. It's not different.
Because we're doing the same thing. Okay.
I got to be the. Hey, I got to be the advocate.
I'm trying to agree with you, but I don't see that.
It's okay. You don't have to agree. Like I said, hey, this is. Hey, I'll be the first to tell you that Grady is definitely one of my mentors. One of the brothers I can go to and talk about anything. Like I said, we don't necessarily always agree, but it's always great conversation, and we can both reflect after our conversation. Yeah. And I respect that. That's my brother.
Sometimes I go home and process a little like that, or I go home and process, like, you know what, yeah, you're right, whatever, okay. See, when guys do that, guys just they looking to smash. They looking for a relationship. Women looking for a relationship. They go in a relationship with some man that's not right there. They feel they can get them there. I call them the Build-A-Bear girls. So when they get tired of trying to build a bear, build a man, build a husband, then they want to come over and say, I'm not a problem back. You know what I mean? Men are the prize. I told them in that comment, ladies are prizes. Ladies are queens. But I think men are the prize because we're like the needle and the women are the haystack. So to find that needle, you got to go through a lot of BS. But you got to know what you want, how you be treated. You can't make no man treat you how you want to be treated. That package out the car already there. Just like you go look for a car that you want all the fixes on that car. You're not going to have $1 million in your bank account and go to a damn used car lot. You want something new, right?
Absolutely.
They come all with all the equipment on it, with all the specs that you want.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna buy this $100 car and put all the equipment. That's what y'all doing with these men y'all got now. Y'all got these men off the car lot that ain't even really ready for the road. Y'all putting all these damn parts on there. Only me. He got a suit tie, man. But now you don't have about. I'm not degrading y'all. Y'all had about 10, 15 babies. Y'all come meet the man who ain't got no kids. But now you finna bring a whole bunch of kids. You ain't my daddy, and then you got this man. Oh, I want you to leave my kid around here. You bring an extra drama and baggage to this man. So I know. And disturbing his peace. See, I don't have no damn drink now.
Hey, but as men, we have a choice. Once we know, we understand. It was, it is what it is.
Yeah. But one thing about real men, I'm gonna say, a real man will raise somebody else's kid with no problem.
Absolutely.
Now, it'll become a problem if the woman will not let the man give that kid's guidance. Not saying discipline him, but give them guidance. Don't tell my kids nothing. I ain't mama. This and that. I'm the damn shepherd or some shit. I'm the housekeeper.
Yeah. But see, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because if I was in a serious relationship with a woman and she said, "Hey, don't tell my child anything," or "Don't chastise my child," whatever. First of all, I'm gonna love that child like it's my own. I'm gonna chastise that child like my own. And if she gets in the way of that, then hey, at that point, I'm just hitting that. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna run its course. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why men look for women. I'm trying to make sure at least got one or two. You know what I mean? You look around. they got
They
like
got like a lot of kids and stuff, but they don't want to let you be the man. You know. Shout out to the women that have kids doing on their own. And you guys are strong ladies. And I hope you find a guy that can help take care of you and raise your kids, that be that role model. Because anybody can take care of kids, but somebody that the kids can look up to. That's what it's about.
Yeah, they gonna be too long, Mr. Yeti, because I gotta start my.
Yeah, I know you got another show coming up, and we got started a little late, but yeah, man. And if you, yeah, man, I think I want to transition over to your show because I might have a few more things to say, brother. Yeah. So let me know. I can come and be a guest over there. What you got going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you the link. Yeah, come on over. Shoot, ladies, I'm gonna come back on because next time we have this discussion, whenever I'm in that realm with that energy, we need to go live right there.
I know it. That's what we should have did. Because I already knew, brother. I knew. But all right, everybody, we're about to close out live here, and I'm about to transition over to his radio show. We're gonna be on Facebook. Yeah, so you should be able. He gonna tag me in it, so you should be able to find me on Facebook, Evolutionary Yiddiel.
Yeah, also the Great Show on YouTube,
and
also if you have Facebook, DJ Great Baby Radio.
Absolutely.
On Facebook, DJ Great Baby Radio, and I'll share it to my Great Taylor page as well. So y'all check us out. We about to get in that stuff, but I know she's gonna have something.
Yeah. That, and I hope she show her face this time, because I get on her when she don't got no picture showing.
She better be serious.
But hey, sending my love out to everybody that's listening. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it 100 with Yiddy. We about to sign out, and I got a new show name too that's coming up, and I think it's a great idea, and I just want to, I'm about to make some things pop. I'm about to transition into, something that people are kind of used to, but it's that settle down on Sunday type thing vibe. So all right, DJ Grady Baby, we signing out. I appreciate you for coming on, and hey, I'll see you in a minute.
See you, man. Y'all have a blessed weekend.
All right.